Welcome to TriviaClips. Today we'll settle one of rock's greatest debates. Who revolutionized music more, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? Let's jump right into it. 1. Who released the revolutionary album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? A. The Beatles. B. The Rolling Stones. C. Queen. The answer is A. The Beatles. Did you know? Sgt. Pepper was the first rock concept album ever created. Released in 1967, it took nearly 700 studio hours, unheard of at the time. The Beatles pushed musical boundaries using groundbreaking production techniques. They included lyrics printed directly on the album sleeve for the first time in music history. This album inspired countless musicians and shaped future concept albums. Even the Rolling Stones acknowledged its influence by releasing a similar concept album shortly after. 2. Which band released the song Paint It Black in 1966? A. Pink Floyd. B. The Beatles. C. The Rolling Stones. The answer is C. The Rolling Stones. Did you know? Paint It Black was groundbreaking for incorporating Eastern instruments, specifically the sitar, played by guitarist Brian Jones. The song symbolized the dark mood of the 1960s, reflecting global conflicts and cultural shifts. It topped charts worldwide and became an anthem for youth rebellion. Originally titled Paint It Black, the comma was mistakenly removed, adding a darker interpretation. The track has been prominently featured in numerous films, games, and TV shows, reinforcing its cultural impact. 3. Which band made history first by performing on The Ed Sullivan Show? A. The Beatles. B. The Rolling Stones. C. The Doors. The answer is A. The Beatles. Did you know? When the Beatles appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show in February 1964, over 73 million Americans tuned in. Crime rates reportedly dropped drastically during their performance, as even criminals were watching the broadcast. This iconic moment launched Beatlemania in the U.S. and triggered the British invasion. The overwhelming reaction from fans was unprecedented, making this one of television's most historic events. The Rolling Stones appeared on the same show later that year, benefiting greatly from the path opened by the Beatles. 4. Which band recorded the controversial track Sympathy for the Devil? A. The Beatles. B. Led Zeppelin. C. The Rolling Stones. The answer is C. The Rolling Stones. Did you know? Sympathy for the Devil stirred intense controversy upon its release in 1968. Critics mistakenly accused the Stones of promoting Satanism due to its provocative lyrics. Mick Jagger, however, was inspired by a novel about human morality. During recording, a studio fire further fueled these dark rumors. Despite controversy, the song became one of their most iconic, marking the Stones as edgy, rebellious figures. Today, it's frequently used in movies and documentaries symbolizing chaos and rebellion. 5. Which band famously recorded the White Album? A. The Rolling Stones. B. The Beatles. C. The Who. The answer is B. The Beatles. Did you know? The Beatles' White Album, released in 1968, officially titled The Beatles, is famous for its simplicity, a plain white cover with no graphics. Recording sessions were tense, with internal conflicts leading Ringo Starr to briefly quit the band. Containing a mix of genres from rock to folk, the album is noted for its experimental diversity. The original copies were individually numbered, making them highly collectible today. It's also infamous for inspiring Charles Manson, who tragically misinterpreted lyrics. Despite this, it remains one of rock's most influential albums ever produced.